Hello, it's Marilyn Devonish here from transformationstm.com, and just to give you a little look around, so I'm inside the webinar platform where the Fearless Public Speaking Workshop is housed, so you won't see all of this extra text, it's because I'm in the back office. But simply once you have logged in, because when you purchase via the Big Marker site, automatically it puts you inside of the webinar, so you'll end up on a page with this here, and you just press play, and that's the end of it. And now you can fast want to do that.
That's not what you want to have happening. So did a one-day breakthrough session with him, got to the stage.
There you go. So you can. So it's 9 hours, just over 9 hours. Now that does include the breaks. I haven't added, at some point, as I was saying to those of you who are part of the wider Fearless Public Speaking program, I will at some stage add chapters to this, so you can just go to the exact chapter you want. My suggestion, if you haven't taken any of the previous workshops, because there are a series of 4 half-day workshops, there were also 3 bonus video webinars. One of them was about unmasking imposter syndrome. There was one about how to recover if you make a mistake. There was another in terms of how to engage with your audiences. So in total, that's probably around 16. It's pushing up to 20 hours worth of content. So if you haven't watched any of those standalone videos, my suggestion, and particularly if you're new to this topic, is possibly first run through, have it playing in the background. So you're taking it in by osmosis. If we talk about it in terms of photo reading terms, you're doing a preview of the material. When it gets to a stage, you think, oh, actually, that's something I really want to pay attention to. You might go and sit and watch that segment in more detail. And then I would also suggest, and you can do whatever you like because you're going to have access to the replay recording, I would block out a day and act as though you're doing the entire workshop. So main thing you'll need, pen and paper. We're doing it old school first of all. There's a process I take you through where I show you how to go from a blank sheet of paper to mapping out the foundation of your presentation in just 5 minutes. And my suggestion is, first of all, yes, you can type it, do it online, etc. My suggestion, first of all, is do it with pen and paper. There is something neurologically different that impacts the brain in a different way when you do that. So my suggestion then, block out a day, take the whole workshop, take the breaks when we have the breaks, do the exercises when we do the exercises, stop and do the practice sessions when we do the practice sessions, log into the online portal to do your video or audio, or go into the metaverse theatre, have the experience of standing on that virtual stage, use the timer, deliver your presentation, do all of that in real time. And when we do the Access Consciousness Belief Change session, the likelihood there will be statements within that that relate to you, that resonate with you. So when you hear those statements coming up, say yes as I run the clearing statement. You can also energetically put whatever it is on your mind into that process, and then just sit back and relax as I run the clearing statement. The same will be true of the Huna Energy Clearing session. That's Huna, H-U-N-A, for those who haven't come across it before. And with the Huna Energy Clearing session, this is one where you sit back and receive. And I explained a bit during this video webinar that I used to call it the Heineken of energy. I don't drink, really don't like beer, but there was a strapline with when I was growing up, Heineken refreshes the parts that other beers cannot reach. I also explained to you the impact of watching a replay recording and how the Huna Energy works, even as far afield as Australia, because I'm in the UK. One of the examples I share is one of my lovely clients, Pippa Neve, who is out in Australia. So again, with that one, I've had people get in touch with me 5, 6, 7 years after I've recorded a Huna process to email me and say, oh my goodness, I've just done your session, it was amazing, and tell me all the things that happened. And the first time I got one of those emails, I was thinking, I haven't run a session in the last couple of weeks, what are they talking about? So I went back and I said, oh, I'm really pleased to hear that. What were you listening to? And it turns out they were listening to something that I'd done like 5 or 7 years ago. and it was still having the same effect as it did for those who were there live. So that's a little bit how you use it. So again, you can skip forward 10, you can skip back 10, but really, and you can just drag it to where you want it to be in terms of, and then press, oh, actually, that's fortuitous. I was just talking about Pippa. Seriously, this is completely random. I only did this on Saturday. Today I'm recording this on the 8th of August. This was recorded on Saturday the 5th. So I have not watched this back. I've simply uploaded it so that those taking part could have the replay. You know, I'm a fan of synchronicity if you follow me on the other platforms. So how fortuitous that I've mentioned Pippa Neve, and of the 9 hours of content, there she is. So I was explaining with this one that Pippa listened to an audio recording. It wasn't a video. This was years ago. And I didn't actually notice until several years after she sent me this testimonial, when I was using it in a course to explain that even if people can't make it live, they will still get the full benefits. And as I was reading through Pippa's testimonial, I suddenly realized that what Pippa was describing was in the exact order and sequence that I had delivered the Huna symbols. However, I didn't talk about the symbols I was using back in those days. I just said symbols. I didn't talk about them. There was no video. It was all teleseminar. And even if I had talked about the symbols, you can't tell what they are from just listening to the Huna clearing, because it sounds like I'll just choose a random symbol. Even if you're a Huna practitioner, you've got no idea what symbol that was, because we all use our breath differently. So I was just astounded as I was reading this, because I started with something in terms of thunder comes down and strikes the earth and makes the earth shake, which people who are sensitive to energy will feel it like a pushback. As Pippa's talking about here, the compression. I did something called the triangle of fire. That's actually what it is. It's a red triangle. Pippa would have not known that at all. I also did something that we use in the soul plan readings, the sword fingers, to pull the energy out. So I did a symbol to open the heart space, and then I used the sword fingers to draw out the energy. Then I did a symbol. The literal translation really includes shining the light from the inside out, a wave of light that makes you gasp. And that's where Pippa is talking about feeling lighter and her heart center opening up. It was just like, whoa. So yeah, so all of that is in here. You'll get the Huna energy clearing. Let's see what else we're going to randomly land on. Oh, intermission. Yeah, we have some breaks. I also talk about how to validate your ideas. So I get 6 or 7 strategies from that. We are covering a ton of stuff. As you can imagine, it's 9 hours. So yeah, that is what to expect when you log in. I had some of my participants who were there on camera, and it's really fantastic because they're like your proxy attendees. So they're asking questions, they are sharing their experiences, they're doing the exercises as we go through, they're putting everything into practice and doing it in real time. So that's author Ray Wilson, and that's Sita Jones from Sita's Health blog. So they are your proxy candidates and delegates. They did a fantastic job, were amazing. So thank you, Ray, thank you, Sita, as always. But yeah, there's plenty in there. And actually what you might do, just as I'm doing here, when you first log in, you might want to play the game where you just randomly click and see what's going to come up. Oh yeah, we have some timed exercises. So when I say do it as though you're in the workshop, when the timers come up, start the exercise. Seriously. Yeah, and I'm thinking, let me know what you think about this idea. I'm thinking of doing a mini challenge, 5 or 6 days, something like that, to actually get you into implementation mode. I'm still mulling it over, haven't decided as yet. So it will be breaking some of these aspects down into bite-sized chunks, so that by the end of the challenge, you've got a presentation, a talk, something that you'd be really happy to go out into the world and do. And ideally, you will, whether that's on your TikTok, your Instagram, your Facebook Live, your LinkedIn Live, recording a voice video like the one I'm doing here, standing up on a stage and doing it. So I'm thinking about doing a mini challenge. It'll be free for those of you who are part of the Fearless Public Speaking program, or if you've purchased this one-day version. Outside of that, it'll be a paid challenge. But let me know what you think. I sent the email out yesterday for those of you who are on my e-newsletter list. So yeah, get back to me and we'll run a summer challenge so that by the time work officially starts again in September, if you're watching this in real time, you're ready to rock and roll and blow the doors off the place, as they used to say when I first did my NLP trainers training. Right, I shall leave it there. Also, one thing I will say, the Google review link that I included during this webinar seems to have changed, so I've had to generate a new one. So if you wanted to do that, then let me know. I'm aware it's not working for some reason, the bit.ly link that I set up. I don't know if Google have changed the parameters or something. But yeah, but everything else in terms of my contact details are my main website. Easiest way is, I'll say it then I'll spell it, transformationstm.com. So that's www.trance, as in hypnotic trance, because one of the things I do, I'm a hypnotherapist. So TRANCE, F for Freddy, so FORMATIONS, TM, transformationstm.com. If you're not on my e-newsletter list, look somewhere top left and you'll see the box where you can sign up to my MailChimp e-newsletter list. Also a place there where you can drop me an email. So yeah, enjoy. Let's say I'm going to do one final random pick to see where we land in terms of content. What we got here? Oh yes, that was good. So this was one about how to connect with your audience, and I shared 8 strategies to be able to do that. All right. I shall leave it there. Hopefully that gives you a little flavor of what to expect. This is the one-day online, on-demand, Fearless Public Speaking video webinar workshop. So once you've purchased, you go straight in. It's yours, you have it there, and the beauty of this is you can go back and revisit this whenever you choose to. So maybe months from now, even years from now, something comes up, an opportunity, a speaking engagement, and you think, well, actually, I would like some ideas on how to do 1, 2, 3, ABC, XYZ. Just go back and revisit the video. And of course, for those of you doing the wider Fearless Public Speaking program, you've got the PDF guides, you've got the audio guides, you've got the mini video guides, you've got the infographic sheets, all of those quick reference things at your fingertips as well. And if you're in the VIP program, you have a lifetime access to those. So they'll be there whenever you need them. Right, well, thank you for watching this video. If you know someone who could benefit from joining us, then now let me think, the bit.ly link, it is on my website. When you go to transformationstm.com, it's a humongous site. It's been growing since the year 2001. So click the red watch new button at the top, normally top right. A panel will slide out, and if you're watching this in real time, somewhere near the top will be a link. There's also a bit.ly link, I believe it is, because I've got a couple of them. I believe it is www.bit.ly/fearless-public-speaking-intensive. So that should also take you to the big marker site that I'm in now. But any questions, any queries? It's Marilyn Devonish, Marilyn Devonish, DEV for Victor, ONISH, and pretty much on all of my socials it's /Marilyn Devonish, except Instagram, which is the NeuroSuccess Coach. So very easy to find if you've got questions and queries. And if you're grabbing the $97 deal, congratulations. I was thinking about it this morning. In terms of I mean, seriously, there is over 30 years worth of experience in here, because I started off working in event management. Many of those things are relevant to public speaking. I was terrified of public speaking until the age of 32. So the public speaking side of the equation, I was going to say that's a long time. That's 23 years worth of experience. And I was thinking about how much it cost me in the last 23 years to gain that. I have probably spent, just doing a very rough calculation, in terms of the courses, the workshops, the traveling. In some of the instances I traveled abroad, let's say the HUNA, for example, I went out to Hawaii to study that. we're pushing up to £57,000. So that's the well over the $60,000 mark in terms of what it cost me to learn all this info, and then of course the time it takes to disseminate it down in a way that other people can use it. So yeah, if you've got the $97 deal, congratulations. If you missed it, oh well, never mind. Make sure you're on my e-newsletter list. Oh, and also if you are on my e-newsletter list, make sure you use the coupon code, because you get 10% off the $97 as well while we're in the pre-launch. But of course, you know that's ending very, very soon. Alrighty, I shall leave it there. Feel free to share this if this information may not be relevant for you, but if you know someone who could benefit, please share the link, share this information. That would be absolutely fabulous. Marilyn Devonish, over and out.